Some dogs. Alright guys, welcome back to the Feezy-built channel. Hey, come on. You get back inside. Like I was saying, welcome back to the Feezy-built channel. Today, this, that, and a bunch of other things around here are totally about to change. So, I got everything laid out. Sedan is getting boosted today. Super stoked on it. I thought that I would just go ahead and run over the full turbo setup with you guys real quick before I start recording, because I'm just going to put this stuff on time lapse. So I'm going to give you a quick explanation of what we got and how we're going to do it. So we got our ram horn, basic eBay turbo manifold, Rev 9 50 trim turbo. This turbo, not the best in the world, but it does really good for what we need it to do. You can already see that it's had some blow by and a little bit of leaks, nothing crazy, but really good spool and response time. And I've seen people beat the hell out of them, and I have personally, so I know it'll last. All our basic 2 1/4 or 2 1/2 intercooler piping, and we got the small guy for this side of the housing. We got our intercooler, a tapped oil pan that's clean, ready to go, up pipe. We got some RTV and some copper RTV for the exhaust, new oil pan gasket, a Walbro 450, which I don't think we're going to use. I think we're just going to use the 255, some 1000 cc precision injectors, and some other stuff in this box here, turbo gaskets. There's the parts number on those. So pretty much what we're going to do, oh yeah, you know, oil pressure gauge, some NGK BKR7Es. These are the heat stage that I like to use for around 10 pounds of boost, 15 pounds of boost. I usually gap them at about 22, and that way they last and they don't blow out spark. But anything over that, we usually go to a heat stage of like 8 or 9, and then we'll gap them out to like a 1.7. So depending on your goals, right? All of our tools that we'll need. So pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to come in, we're going to go ahead and remove, oh, we're missing an exhaust bolt. Huh, okay, we'll address that. But we're going to remove the exhaust, we're going to remove the intake. We're going to do this part of the intercooler piping, the exhaust. We got to pull the front bumper off so we can mount the intercooler. We'll drill some holes in the bumper support. That way we can actually mount it on these corresponding holes. You can see them, right? And so once I get the bumper off, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. This car already has LS VTEC, so it's got a sandwich plate down there. Kind of hard for you guys to see, but it's down there, so it's already ready tapped for the oil. So we got our oil line here that goes right in the sandwich plate into the turbo. All new hardware, all that stuff. I'm gonna quit yapping and just go ahead and start getting to work. I gotta let this stuff cool down just a tidbit more before I start working. I just drove about 40 miles to get here, so wish me luck. Okay guys, so as you've seen in the time lapse, we got pretty much everything mocked up. I went ahead and pulled off the lower 2 intercooler piping and the intercooler itself, because I'm gonna go ahead, and I think most of us that have done this before know, but you got to notch out this part of the frame, right? About all the way to that seam and up to here, all the way down. That's got to be taken out. So I'm just gonna use a flapper disc on my little side grinder. You got to do both sides to gain the distance you need, and then I can see where I need to be to mount the intercooler underneath here. So there we are. Becky still lives. I mean, it's basically her whole heart and setup other than the cylinder head. So she's back at it again, boys. Shoot. Don't mind it's all dirty, but I'll get it all cleaned up. You guys know me. I figured the whole car needs to be cleaned and detailed, and after it's turboed, that gives us all the reason to actually get that taken care of. So right now I'm going to just put it back on time lapse. Sorry you guys, I don't have anybody to record me, so it's kind of hard to do this stuff with one hand. But I'm going to knock all that stuff down with the side grinder, get the intercooler back up there, drill the holes in the bumper support, mount the intercooler. I'm also going to have to probably cut windows on the back side of this guy, so I'm probably going to have to remove it completely, but kind of sucks. It means like everything has to come off, but it is what it is. We're going to get that done, and then I got to drain all the motor oil. I'm going to put the new oil pan on, hook up the return, hook up the feed, hook up the oil pressure gauge, and then start tightening everything up, and we're pretty much good to go, other than waiting for our TV to seal up. Now, you guys know you can kind of push this limit, but as you can see, the weather's not really working with me today, so I'm probably not going to do the startup today. Who knows? Stay to the end of the video to figure it out, but either way, it's going to be in the video. So yeah, I'm probably just going to go home after I get this done, get a ride home, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So all right guys, so I didn't record that last little bit of mounting up the intercooler. I think that's kind of where we left off. I went to mount it up to drill it into the crash bar there, but it actually didn't line up, not perfectly, and it was going to be a total pain in the balls. So I just took some spare sheet metal I had laying around. I don't know if you can see it. Made some tabs, did it on both sides, but I just went ahead and welded that from the bottom side. Bolted the intercooler back up, put on the piping. Pretty straightforward stuff, guys. Nothing you really wanted to see. Maybe the welding, but it wasn't fantastic or anything great. Just two 1-inch or 2-inch stitch welds on those little things. So she ain't going nowhere, we hope. Alright guys, so we've made pretty good headway in the last couple of days. I haven't really been recording a whole lot. I've been hanging out with this dude. I don't really get to see him a whole lot anymore. He's busy, he's doing a lot of stuff in his own life. So it was just kind of cool to bull out and go over everything that we're doing. So one problem that we always have with these cars, especially with the cheap manifolds, is no support. So we made this ghetto little bracket to kind of support the wastegate, because literally before this car, when it was still in Becky, if you'd rev it, you could watch this whole like unit just vibrate like crazy. We are going to try to make another bracket from the block to the bottom of the exhaust manifold, just to give it a little bit more structure, but that will come. But for right now, where we're at is we got everything together, put some motor oil in it, and instantly noticed a leak. So kind of sucks, a little bit of a bummer after filling it up completely with motor oil. But the weld around that bung there had a crack right at the bottom, probably from that doofy 90. I'm not 100% positive, but if I had to put my money on it, that's what I'd bet. So as you can see right there, we have some JB weld around it. That's just kind of a quick fix. Hopefully that works. It seems to be sealing it. It's definitely not leaking anymore, but under pressure that all could change. So we're ordering a new oil pan that is already tapped. It's baffled. It's only $99. It's the same one that I just bought for Becky. I think it's going to work perfectly for us. But for right now, we got our up pipes, no holes. So that's kind of the next thing we need to accomplish here. So we were kind of coming up with the idea of, you take that one, I take this one. So when the chuck's in here, there's like a nice perfectly even point in the middle, right? So you get these centered with that in there, you put a dab of RTV on it, and you'd shut the hood, and that will leave a little mark like that. and like that. So now we're at the point of no return, and as you guys know, getting like all the EL fronts and everything, they're kind of harder to come by nowadays. The hoods are like really hard to get, so
you cut holes in them.
Exactly. For your insecurities, I'm gonna go ahead and fully send it and cut a hole in a hood that you can no longer get pretty much. But they do make in carbon fiber, which is the next route I'd want to go with this car, but not until the bodywork's done on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and send this. I'm gonna pre-drill these holes from the bottom, and then I'll do the hole saws from the top, and then I'll kind of smooth it in with the side grinder. So yeah, I'd kind of get up there, but it worked.
If there's no vacuum leak or if there's no draw. Oh!
Put a pretty good dent in it, huh?
Oh, yeah.
That's a non-wandering. That out.
That one was not nearly as bad. The first one was fucking gnarly. Come here. And tape it in. Holy! It's a good thing we're cutting that out. Shoot.
That's so clean. What it's for, man.
It is, it's true. It just hurts. It hurts.
It does hurt. I feel bad.
It puts drum into it.
I feel horrible.
Don't do that over here. Put something down.
Oh yeah, I feel really bad about everything.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
I feel really bad. Do you feel bad?
Me? Yeah.
I
Are you talking to the video?
Yeah.
I don't think he feels bad.
You already know I feel bad about this. The dent's not there anymore.
Right.
You did this. You made me do this. It's your fault.
How you feel about this? Look at the zoom. No, it's not.
Bald eagles are with me, so
Shoot.
it's either gonna go one or two ways. Failure. Is it all the way to the end is drilled?
Yeah.
That's probably part of the problem.
Look at you.
Failure. Yes, I mean there's only one or take.
Look at you. Shoot.
It's only one or take.
It's a perfect circle.
That's JDM, brother.
Alright. Pick back up with you schmucks after I get the second one done.
That's big holes on right there. Shoot. Is this thing out? This thing out?
A little bit of a dent, but I can
We can massage that out.
Shake.
Yeah, dude.
Actually, my beauty ring will cover that up.
Hey, how are you? Cars. It's fucked up, really. Oh, shaky as fuck.
Ah. Don't get it on the keys.
Shoot. Burger right there.
drop the case. Sick. Alright, well, victory. I mean, it's kind of big, but I've never heard anybody complain about it being too big. You know what I'm saying? So I think it'll be alright for right now. I'm stoked on it. Hood shuts, everything's good. We're still waiting on that JB weld to actually cure up. Screamer tube doesn't come through the hood. That sucks, but you know, that's my luck. This dude's super loud over there. You know?
He's wearing a cowboy hat.
Is he?
Yeah, he's wearing a cowboy hat. Next week.
Oh, he's going it on. Oh yeah.
It's real good.
Well, so there's that. Keep pounding the beer. We're gonna hang out for a little bit and try to let that stuff cure up on the oil pan. Sorry about that super noisy lawnmower, but it is what it is. I need to wash the car super bad. It's like extremely filthy. So that's where we're at right now. I figure I just pick back up with you guys, let you know how it's going. So show you after it's washed.